When you work with Vue and you have multiple objects, for example, we have a lot of different orbs right here, maybe, This is simple primitive, but if we add trees and other ones, you'll start notice after some time, the render and Vue performance will start dropping down. And it stays related to some hardware limitations or maybe software render limitations. For example, right here it's work okay, we work kind of fast, but if we have it more, we start having these problems. The one thing I notice, it's kind of easy to do, but I like to sort them and separate by layers. If you're using Vue Complete or other ones, you probably already have some layers for you. If not, you can create it new by clicking on new layer. And next what I do, I take objects and move them to the layers, so I'm separating them. Okay, for example, if I create different ones now, let me go create this way, because it's much easier will be if we just use a scatter and replicate. Okay, by default it will put them in this, but also what I'm doing, creating another layer. Let's move this to this layer. So right here we have two layers. At this point, if my system start to work slower, I can disable or hide right here one layer and work just with one. So in this case, if you have a problem when your shapes become look like a squares, by doing this, it's a cleanup. Leave it, reset your video memory, so you will start seeing normal object. However, you won't see those objects in your main camera view or your side views, but they will be in your render. So if you're going to render, even you press hide of this eye icon, they will be still rendering fine. They just won't be displayed in your viewports. This way you can optimize what you see beside the selection, but also it will speed up quite a bit render on a screen and refresh rate. So when you work with a very large sceneries, I do highly recommend for you to separate them by layers. And if you watch some of my tutorials, you notice I'll do all the time creating different layers for the foreground, middle, and a background, separate by this, as well as separate some plants and other ones, and also manage through the visibility icons to preview some of them based on the performance of the card. Okay, so this is just small tip you can optimize in the faster view. As well, till we speak about view optimization, other things what I like to enable in my screen, and has helped me a lot, it is a frame guides. You can access them by clicking on an icon, right click, go to frame guides, and right here in the frame guides you notice we have a different grid. The one is very useful for you when you're creating, it is a frame grid, so you can 4x3 cells. You can see right here. In this case, when you work with composition, you can easy to adjust, like for example 1/3 rule of the screen, or properly placing for the balance images. So for me, it's just very useful kind of guides to properly balance composition on my image. So thank you for watching this tutorial from Geekatplay Studio. Please remember, visit us on the web is www.geekatplay.com.